Search his pockets. Get a pocket knife. Brilliant. Looks good. Can I stick this in my pocket? Some change. Also good. Loot the body. Always loot the body. See, you collected a knife and some monies. Hello everybody out there in YouTube land, Noodle here, and we're back with the 39 steps, and we're going to continue our story. The murder of the American spy suggested he wasn't talking hot air, but everything points to Hanny as the killer. Dun dun dun. Oh, Jesus Christ. Play. In the soup. In the soup. Saturday, 23 May 1914. Wimpole Street, London. Quick, drag him outside. Throw him out the window. Be like, oh, he was stabbed to death coming home. Or put a fucking sheet on top of him. The poor staring white face was more than I could bear. Bare hands. I staggered to a cupboard, found the brandy, and swallowed several mouthfuls. You gotta call the cops, man. I had seen men die violently before. Indeed, I had killed a few myself in the Matabele War, but this cold-blooded indoor business was different. I needed to think. A brutal slaying. The body. His enemies had found him and had taken the best way to make certain of his silence. Scudder had been in my room for 4 days, and his enemies must have reckoned that he had confided in me. I would be next to go. It might be that very night, or the next day, or the night after, but my number was up all right. What is this? The body. The 15th is circled. It's the 24th. Jesus. There's lots of notes. Things for us to do. No chance. Supposing I went out now and called the police, or went to bed and let Paddock find the body and called him in the morning, what kind of story was I to tell about Scudder? The odds were 1,000 to 1 that I would be charged with the murder, and the circumstantial evidence was strong enough to hang me. Pointless endeavor. Few people knew me in England. I had no real pal who could come forward and swear my character. Perhaps that's what those secret enemies were playing for, and they were clever enough for anything, and his English prison was a good way of getting rid of me until after the June 15th as a knife in my chest. If I told the whole story and by any miracle was believed, I would be playing their game. Carl Lydes would stay at home, which was what they wanted. I'm an ordinary sort of fellow, not braver than most people, and I hate to see a good man down, and that long knife would not be the end of a Scudder if I could play the game in his place. Damn it, they stabbed the shit out of him, so what do? Start a fire, baby. Someone has been searching for something, perhaps for the pocketbook? Oh, they tossed his joint. Smoking room, let's look. Let's look at this. Oh, I wanted to look at the floor, but let's look at this. Collected, killer's knife. The knife had pinned Scudder to the floor. Jesus Christ. His pockets. Okay, he's got some cigars. He's got Carolides comes to London. Greek premier pushes for Balkan resolve. Okay, so he's got a newspaper clipping. Awarded second life. American agent suicide by gunshot. Oh, he kept his own paper on him. Wonderful. Search his pockets. Get a pocket knife. Brilliant. Looks good. Can I stick this in my pocket? Some change. Also good. Loot the body. Always loot the body. See, you collected a knife and some monies. Nothing over there. What about in his other hand? Oh, what's this? There was nothing in his waistcoat pocket. Well, then why the fuck did it glow? Alright, let's see what else is here. What's all this? What's this? It's a medal. Okay. And some pictures. Oh, it's of me. Me and Papa. And Puppy. What a handsome puppy. Okay. What's this? Oh God. Collected Peter Pinyar. Oh, this is your letter. It's all ink stained. What the fuck? They spilled ink? Okay, they spilled ink all over my letter. That's not cool. That's very not cool. Alright. So that was that. I got a picture of a doggy. Oh, they broke my fucking mirror. What a goddamn travesty. What is this? Oh, this is this. Okay. I guess I'm done. Whoa. What the hell? Oh, it's my apartment. We're playing Clue? There was no trace of Scudder's black book. Most likely the enemy had found it, but they had not found it on Scudder's body. I had come to a decision. I must vanish somehow, and keep vanished until the end of the second week of June. Scudder tried that. It didn't work. He didn't go too far, actually. He just went down like 2 floors. Then I must find a way to get in touch with the government people and tell them what Scudder had told me. Pack my bags? Let's pack our bags, baby. Oh, they broke my... Was it fucking necessary to break all my mirrors? I wish to heaven he had told me more and that I had listened more carefully to what he had told me. There's a big risk that even if I weathered the other dangers, I would not be believed in the end. I must take my chance of that and hope that something might happen which would confirm my tale in the eyes of the government. Do I have to go in there? Can I go to the bathroom? What's that? Open. My notion was to get off to some wild district where my Veldcraft would be of some use to me. I would like to be trapped, for I would be like a trapped rat in the city. Okay, so time to go to the wilderness. I considered that Scotland would be best, for my people were Scottish, and I could pass anywhere as an ordinary Scotsman. I fixed on Galloway as the best place to go. It was the nearest wild part of Scotland, and from a look on the map, it was not over thick with population. Oh. So I have to wait till Sunday? I was to make my way to St. Pancras train station. I was pretty certain that Scudder's friends would be watching me from the outside. This puzzled me for a bit, then I had an inspiration on which I went to bed and slept for 2 troubled hours. Waking up, I had a great revulsion of feeling and felt a God's forgotten fool. My inclination was to let things slide and trust the British police taking a reasonable view in my case, but as I reviewed the situation, I could find no argument to bring against my decision for the previous night, so with a wry mouth, I resolved to go on with my plan. I hunted out a well-used tweed suit, a pair of strong-nailed boots, and a flannel shirt with a collar. In my pockets, I stuffed a spare shirt, a cloth cap, some handkerchiefs, and a toothbrush. I took 50 pounds of it in sovereigns in a belt which I had bought back from Rhodesia. Look at all that blood. Gotta clean the sink. And he took a shower. Or a bath. Toilet. Oh my god, I gotta do this with my hand, aren't I? You shaved? Cut your eyebrows? Now came the next step. Paddock used to arrive punctually at 7:30 and let himself in with a latchkey. But about 20 minutes to 7, as I knew from bitter experience, the milkman turned up with a great clatter of cans and deposited my share outside my door. On him, I stalked all my chances. I went into the darkened smoke room where I breakfast off of whiskey and soda and some biscuits. Yummy. Biscuits are crackers, by the way. They're not like American biscuits where they're buttery and amazing. By this time, it was getting on for 6 o'clock, and I put a pipe in my pocket and filled my pouch from the tobacco jar on the table by the fireplace. Ew, you're just going to put tobacco just right in your pocket. Oh, snap! He hid it in the tobacco jar. Well, grab some of that tobacco. Information collected. January, May 1914. A lot of that shit, it seemed a good omen. It did, actually. Oh, Scudder, you wonderful, amazing bastard.
Goodbye, old chap. I'm going to do my best for you. Wish me well, wherever you are.
He's in heaven, with the angels. I hung about in the hall, waiting for the milkman. I was fairly choked to get out of doors. The fool had chosen this day of all to be late. Third-class citizen. In the soup. Oh, man. Oh, you got like 10 minutes. It's good. Let's keep going. Wanted by the police for murder and by the real killers for knowing too much. Hanley must flee London. He's not really wanted by the police. They don't really know that anything bad has happened yet. But he will be wanted by the police. So let's... Sunday, 24 May, 1914, Wimpole Street, London. Woo! Oh man, are we like gonna beat him up and like take his clothes? If this game doesn't allow us to do that, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed.
Oh, blimey! Come in here a moment. I want a word with you. Yes, sir?
Hit him! Hit him! He was a young man about my own height with an ill-nourished mustache and wearing a flat blue cap and white overalls. So I killed him.
I reckon you're a bit of a sportsman, and I want you to do me a service. Lend me your cap and overall for 10 minutes, and here's a sovereign for you.
His eyes opened at the sight of the gold, and he grinned broadly.
What's the game? A bet. I haven't time to explain, but to win it, I've got to be a milkman for the next 10 minutes, and all you've got to do is to stay here till I come back. You'll be a bit late, but nobody will complain, and you'll have that quid for yourself.
Right. I ain't the man to spoil a bit of sport. Here's the rig, governor.
Oh! I want to fucking hit him. Wearing his hat and overalls, I went whistling downstairs. Oh, he's whistling for me. At first, I thought there was nobody in the street. Then I caught sight of a policeman 100 yards down and a loafer shuffling past the other side. I crossed the street in character, whistling gaily and imitating the jaunty swing of the milkman. Some impulse made me raise my eyes to the house opposite, and there at the first floor was a face. As the loafer passed, he looked up, and I fancied a signal was exchanged. Then I took the first side street. Ooh! So there was no one in the alley, so I dropped the milk cans inside the hoarding and sent the cap and overalls after them. I had only just put my cloth cap when a postman came around the corner. I gave him a good morning. He answered me unsuspiciously. Good morning. Howdy do. Sparkles. Then I took to my heels and ran. That's a lot of fucking running. Oh my god, that is a lot of fucking running. Pancreas Station. I had no time to take a ticket. A porter told me that the platform. I saw a train already in motion. 2 station officials blocked the way. I dodged them and clambered onto the last carriage. Kick him off the train! I'm a milkman! I had made it. Woo! 3 minutes later, an irate guard interviewed me. He wrote out for me a ticket to Newton Stewart, a name which has suddenly come back to my memory. Then he conducted me from the first class compartment to the third class smoker. Oh. The compartment was occupied by a sailor and a stout woman with a child. Huh. Let's look at the chair.
It's a sailed job catching trains.
Aye, the impudence of that geared. He needed a Scotch tongue to put him in his place. He was complaining in this way and no haying a ticket and her no fower till August 12 month. And he was objecting to this gentleman spitting.
Right. Spitting gentleman. Let's look at the newspaper. Empire Day. Yesterday's parade of 6,000 in Hyde Park. Wonderful. Obesity can be reduced without drugs or starvation. Ah, really? Look at this hat. That's a hat. If you're not wearing a hat like that and rocking it like this bitch is, you have no fucking say. Look at this shit. She's like, nigga, I got swag. Woo! Okay, so I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at here. That's fine. I'm done. I don't want to look around anymore. I had a solemn time traveling north that day. Ooh, to Liverpool. I'd have a solemn time traveling too. Manchester United. I asked myself why, when I was still a free man, I had stayed in London and not got the good of this heavenly country. What? I thought he was going to Scotland. Oh, of course, I'm an idiot. Then I got out Scudder's little pocketbook and studied it. Jesus Christ. Okay. It's all Roman numerals. It's a code. Oh God, one more. The writings. I was certain that Scudder never did anything without a reason and was pretty sure there was a cipher in all this. Right. The cipher. I had heard of things like chess and puzzles. I used to reckon myself pretty good at finding out ciphers. These sets of figures looked like they responded to letters of the alphabet. Right. The keyword. I tried for hours, but none of the words answered. Okay. I woke up at Dumfries just in time to bundle out into a crowded platform. There was a young man on the platform whose looks I didn't like, but he never glanced at me. I caught sight of myself in the mirror of an automated machine. With my brown face, my old tweeds, and my slouch, I was the very model of one of the hill farmers who were now cowering in the third-class carriages. I boarded the Galloway train, traveling with half a dozen of the atmosphere of shags and clay pipes. They had come from the weekly market, and their mouths were full of prices. Local train. Conversation. I heard accounts of how the lambing had gone up in the Cairn and Douge and a dozen other mysterious waters. Okay. Passengers. Above half of the men had lurched heavily and were highly flavored with whiskey, but they took no notice of me. Nice. They talk about sheep, and they're drinking whiskey. Great. About 5 o'clock, the carriage had emptied, and I was left alone as I had hoped. I clicked the button. I got out at the next station. Oh, very pretty. It reminded me of one of those forgotten little stations in the Karoo. An old station master with a spade over his shoulder sauntered to the train and took charge of the parcel and went back to his potatoes, while a child of 10 received my ticket. The path. Ooh, look at that. It's like the chupacabra over there. Onwards! Where the fuck am I going? Onwards! Oh, that's very pretty. I was getting very hungry when I eventually came to a herd's cottage. A brown-faced woman greeted me with the kindly shyness of moorland places. When asked for a night's lodging, she said I was welcome to the bed in the loft, and very soon she set before me a hearty meal of ham and eggs, scones, and a thick sweet milk. Nice. Nice. Gotta marry that woman. At the darkening, her man came in from the hills, a lean giant who, in one step, covered as much ground as 3 paces of ordinary mortal. Jesus Christ, don't sleep with a woman. They asked me no questions, for they had the perfect breeding of all dwellers in the wilds, but I could see that they set me down as a kind of dealer. I took some trouble to confirming their view. They refused any payment, and by 6 the next morning I had breakfast and was striding southwards again. Oh cool, they gave me breakfast too. Wonderful. All the slackness of the past month was slipping from my bones, and I stepped out like a 4-year-old. My notion was to return to the railway line a station or two farther on than the place where I had alighted yesterday, and to double back. Just in case they're following. Approach. Don't approach. Anything? I waited until I saw smoke of the east-going train on the horizon. Okay. Then I approached the booking office and took a ticket for Dumfries. Collected the steam train. Toot toot! Sanctuary of the Inn. Great. Oh, okay, wonderful. Alright, so we're in Scotland. Great! So there we go. It's getting kind of interesting, I think. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me here with the 39 steps. When we come back, we're gonna go check out the rest of Scotland, and we'll see what that has to offer. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace out, everybody.